following program on Ada Derana 24 is classified for general audience. It is intended for all ages. It contains little or no violence, no strong language, and little or no sexual dialogue or situations.
The future of businesses is not built by the giants of today, but the risk takers of tomorrow. And this is their stage. And with that thought, welcome to Business Best, a platform where we give a voice to young entrepreneurs and upcoming businesses, and to you like-minded individuals, a little inspiration to take from. And in conversation today, we have Arshad Ameer. Arshad Ameer is the co-founder and director of WellTech Solutions. Welcome to the show, Arshad.
Thank you.
To begin with, Arshad, you've worked across many industries and borders, but I would like to start small or start at the core. Who is Arshad Ameer?
Okay, so Arshad Ameer at the core is a kid with a lot of big dreams. And dreams that's aspirational, not to just go out and make a name out there, but to genuinely make an impact and help people's lives. So if we can, I think the way I put that is, even if one soul sleeps a little bit more peacefully at night, that means I've made an impact.
One tagline that you usually use is breaking out of comfort zones. And can you just tell me, you believe that innovation does not come out of comfort zones. So what is a boldest leap that you have taken?
Boldest leap that I've taken. So I got back from Bangladesh after I did my consultancy gig after 4 years, wanting to do something back here in Sri Lanka. So I ended up building a digital healthcare business called Flash Health. Didn't have any backing, no funds, just bootstrapped it, didn't have connections, nothing. And I was not a healthcare guy, I was a tech guy. So to get into healthcare in Sri Lanka without connections, I think was the boldest leap that I'd ever taken. Yeah.
Like you mentioned, you started with nothing. And that involves a lot of risks and a lot of boundaries and barriers to push from. Yeah. How did you overcome this?
It's persistence, right? The simple answer is persistence. Because I think the mindset is the biggest asset that you're going to have when you're facing obstacles. It's not the connections or the amount that you have with the bank. It's about, are you a mindset, it's a fight or flight mindset. If you're always going to have a flight mindset, you're not going to face the problems, you're just going to keep evading it, right? And you're going to give up very, very quickly. But if you've got a fight mindset, no matter how many times they keep knocking you down, you will learn to stand up.
Thank you. You're a self-described hustler and a tech enthusiast as well. How do you channel it into the growth of your business? How do you channel it for your business?
I basically enjoy it because the whole journey, I don't look at it as growth. I look at it as a journey as to where we're heading, right? I know what we want to impact. So it's always been, oh, this is new. I didn't know this. That's a learning. Oh my God, we shouldn't do it that way. That's problematic. It causes a lot of problems for us. So it's always been that whole journey of, exploratory, it's where learning something. And when you've done that, growth automatically starts coming, because growth doesn't mean that you're failing. That's part of, your success journey as well. Many people say that. It's just that when you experience it, it's a whole different thing.
Okay, another tagline that you say is questioning things outside the box, right? You question whether it should even exist. So can you share a time that your mindset, this mindset, helped solve a problem?
Okay. So questioning the status quo has always been a thing, right? If I was to draw out one little thing, it was the whole medicine delivery feature that we've actually deployed. Now, I was told, as per the compliance regulations, you're not supposed to deliver medication. But then again, it's a service that will impact humanity. So we actually worked with the regulators, even though there was no license for a medicine delivery. We worked with the regulators to say, look, it can be done. This is how you do it. So we challenged the status quo, understood their problems, what were their concerns as to why they were saying no, and build solutions around that. So that was, I think, one status quo that we challenged, and today, fast forwarding 4 years into the business, they have a guideline now officially for medicine delivery.
Okay. So from global boardrooms to startups in Sri Lanka, can you just tell me the differences and the similarities globally and with our own country, Sri Lanka, as well?
Right. So globally, I think you get access to a lot more different ethnicities, people with different backgrounds, different thinking patterns. It can be a pro and a con at the same time. When you have the smart people in the room, you get brilliant ideas. But then again, when you have negative people in the room, you've got a whole bunch of different kind of problems being brought to the table. When you look at Sri Lanka, it's not far different from it, but there is one little thing that stands out in the Sri Lankan boardrooms: culture. Sri Lankan culture has its own unique vibe to it as to how we address problems, how we solve problems, how we deal with teams. Global boardrooms, it's a hire and fire, whereas here it's more like, how can I help you to do better? So that's one big difference I've seen between the global boardrooms and Sri Lankan boardrooms.
Okay. You stand by 3 C's: communication, collaboration, and consistency. Can you explain a little bit of all three, and which one has tested you the most, and how have you overcome that?
Sure. So communication to me is very simple. It doesn't matter what language you speak, as long as you're able to relay something clearly, the problem clearly, that's communication enough for me. Collaboration to me is not, come, let's work together. It's more like, hey, you're falling short there, let me pick that up for you. That's collaboration. Where your team's at its weakest link, you learn to help that person. And consistency is showing up every single day. The days that you feel bad, the days that you feel good, the days that you feel sluggish, you just get up, show up, and perform. How we kind of, I would say, these are 3 things I stand by. But in terms of how it has been tested for me, the most I would say is on the collaboration front, right? Because when you're let's say running a business, there's often a time that comes, let's say you find an underperformer, and you're going to be like, should we just get him out of the business? Now, that's the most common thing to do. Most people would do that. But then again, it takes that extra effort to go like, hey, hang on, you did perform a couple of months ago. What's going wrong? Like, what really went wrong? Let's have a chat. It takes a lot of energy to do that, especially you are hustling, you want to get things moving, you want everything done yesterday, and when someone's not performing, that's the quickest decision you want to get to. But I think over time, I've also learned, hang on, they're also human beings. Let's understand what's going behind their decision-making process, because that's real collaboration, right? Helping someone out.
Yes, I really want to pinpoint on this. Can you just explain a little bit of your culture of the business, and in terms of training, how do you train your employees, and just all of that?
Yeah. So culture of the business ours is very, very unorthodox. Okay. So the way we tell our guys is, the moment you enter, so the first day, the induction, we tell them, look, arrogance, ego, jealousy, hatred, anger, leave it at the door. Everyone here is treated equally, from the person who is serving tea to the person who is the most senior. Everyone is equal over here. And we train on 2 processes, fundamentally 2 processes, right? One is we call the KISS principle, keeping it simple and stupid. Anything that they bring to the table has to be simple enough and stupid enough to be understood. The second thing is we call it the WOW, it's the way of work. So the way of work for us is simple. If you have a problem, don't bring the problem to me. Bring 3 solutions to it. Our job is to tell what's the best solution. This is the 2 fundamental things that we train on day 1.
Okay. You talk about moving fast, but with strategy. So can you just tell me how you make bold, quick decisions, but in terms with a long-term vision?
Sure. So there's this rule, right? If it's aligning towards your future vision, it's worth taking the effort. Now, it's easier said than done, and once you start doing something and start seeing the results on it, you know if it's actually aligning or not. That's where mindset comes in. And the discipline to be focused and ruthlessly be able to pivot and say, nope, this is not working, we are going to shift gears. So we have this thing called test it really quickly, and if it's not working, pivot. We wouldn't have got to where we are today if we had not kept pivoting. So that's how we just make decisions quickly, we learn, move forward.
It's very great and inspiring listening to you. Many of us are scared to take risks, but we have living proof here of a risk taker. We will get into a short commercial break and we will be back to know more about this risk taker right here. We will be back with Business Best. Before we got into the break, I mentioned we are speaking with a great risk taker who gives us a lot of inspiration. We are in conversation with Arshad Ameer. So Arshad, whether it's launching a product or rallying into teams, can you tell me what is your secret into taking this crazy idea and making it into something?
I think the way you do that, or the way I generally do that, is first get your tribe in. And you need to get the buy-in of that team into your crazy vision, or else none of the crazy ideas will ever see the light of the day, right? I mean, people say these whole bold things on socials, don't believe that, it's never true. If you don't have your tribe who is vibing with you to that greater vision, it's not going to happen. So the way we do that is we sit around, we say, look, this is where we want to go, this is the outcome we're looking at, what do you guys think, what would you guys do to get here? So we get everyone's idea and start testing them out really quickly. What worked? Great, we add that on. What didn't? Cut the loose ends and move forward. So we keep doing that again and again and again, ruthlessly, every single day, till we know that we've got something called an MVP, a minimum variable product. When we got there, we go like, there we go. It's ticking, it's working. Now from there, how do we improve it? That's when we go start asking customers for more feedback. So that's where the feedback loop comes in. Most people make the mistake of trying to get customers' feedback early days. Like Steve Jobs says, customers don't even know what they want until you show them what they need. So that's how we kind of take crazy ideas, build, like brainstorm it internally, take it to market, test, come back. Once we start seeing results, we start getting feedback from customers to further improve it.
Because you did touch upon customers, we all deal with really hard customers and clients as well. How do you overcome that? How do you approach that?
Oh my God, hard customers are the best customers. There's this rule of thumb. Early days, I started my career at Pizza Hut. I was doing call center. So at any point, if you had asked someone to give me like, you want extra cheese on that pizza, that would have been me. So one thing that we learned over there was the most toughest customers, if you can manage them properly, they become your biggest influencers. So over the years at Flash Health, we've had several customers. We made mistakes. None of us are perfect. We've made wrong deliveries. We've gotten late to do the deliveries. We would always call back the customer. Yes, sometimes they yell. We listen. It's in their right. It's an emotional outburst. And then we go like, sir, it's on us. The next order is free maybe, but we are going to improve this and we are going to make sure that this doesn't happen again to you. And once you've shown them results that you're actually taking measures to fix it, they're going to be your biggest influencer.
Yes, that's true. You stay true to your integrity. How do you stay true to what you have shaped and also the relationships between businesses? We know that it is hard to stay true to something and not give up because we are faced with challenges every single day. How do you stay true to that?
For me, integrity starts with your own personal life. It starts from the moment you wake up and you make your bed. It starts from the moment you make sure to, if you are doing a workout routine, you go do that. And it starts from you making sure that if you commit to something, you end up doing it. Once you start taking integrity personally, it'll automatically reflect on business. You don't need to go change 100 things. Start changing in yourself and you will see results.
Yes. Like you said, you started small and now it's a big name out there. What was the turning point or the climax that led you to this?
So I would say the turning point for us came when, there have been several turning points to be honest. If there was one that I have to take up, so Flash was very early days. We didn't have, when you're young, when you're a new company, no one really wants to give you big challenges because they're afraid of their brand name going haywire. But luckily, we approached AIA at the time. Of course, they had their doubts. We were a small company. But then we told them, look, this is what we intend to do. We showed our capabilities, told what our vision was. And like they gave us the chance. They're like, look, we're going to try you out. Fast forward to today, they are our biggest influencer. So much so that we work with them much more deeply, much more interconnected. We're talking further projects forward. That was a massive turning point. And I think it's also a chance where young entrepreneurs like myself and others out there who's hustling, that moment do exist. You just got to keep going. Because I had climbed several other insurers and no one gave me the meeting. I think it was after 100 meetings I got that. But it's out there. You just got to keep going.
That's very great to hear. Now we live in a world of digitalization. Everywhere we go, it's technology. And AI plays a very big role. So how do you use AI tools, or do you use any, or do you further look into expand into more AI?
Yeah. So AI is a great tool. Most people get it wrong by trying to put it into the customer's hands way early on, because the digitally aptness that they require to deal with it is not there yet. But the way that we use AI is internal operations. We use AI to identify our fast-moving stock inventory levels. We use AI to use our optimized operational delivery routes and timelines. We use AI to come up with really cool content based on personalized usage of medication, labs, data. So that's how AI helps us. Now, how we tend to take that a bit more forward is, I don't know if you've watched this cartoon called Baymax.
I have.
You have, right? Okay. So Baymax, I'm always inspired by these, cartoons where they have these crazy thinking patterns, right? So Baymax is this smart AI assistant. Now, it's not far from we building something like that. It doesn't have to be an actual robot, but what if that's on your phone, a smart AI assistant? What if that AI could alert your doctor to say like, look, this person's not had his medication for the next number of days. Do you want to give him a call? And imagine the doctor initiating the call to the patient rather than the patient having to do it for the doctor. That's proactive healthcare, right? So that's how we want to get AI embedded really into people's lives. And I think there's going to always be that bridge. You can't let AI directly involve. There needs to be a human intervention, and I think that's what we want to be really careful about.
Okay. We will live in a world full of competition, and I think in your sector you do have competition as well. What's the niche thing that you have? What do you have to persuade your clients or your customers to say, why choose this? Why choose us?
Okay. Because one of the things that we do to make sure customers do work with us of a USP, we have a product called Cashless OPD, aka Pay-As-You-Go OPD. In a nutshell, this saves 30% to 40% of employee insurance cost for all the corporates. That's 40% savings right off the bat. While employees get the chance of getting medicine delivered to their home or get a lab test done or talk to a doctor while not having to pay money, not having to submit a claim, and stay home.
Okay.
So it's a truly cashless ecosystem that we've built, and people who are using it today, we've actually had so many testimonials where there's been an employee who has not been able to pay, like when people have budgets, right? 24th she fell ill. She was able to talk to a doctor, get a lab test done, get medicines delivered while she was at home, didn't pay money, and didn't submit a claim.
How does that benefit y'all? I know this is towards the customer, right? But how does that benefit y'all in a monetary level, or you find?
Right. So Cashless OPD is a product itself. It's a subscription-driven business. So we make money out of that. At the same time, when they use our verticals like medicine, labs, doctor consults, we make margins on that too. Because we have our own pharmacy, we've got partners with labs, and we've got doctors on our payroll. So that kind of brings us the monetary gain that we want. And if done right, because what we are noticing is, yes, money is important for a business to sustain, and it'll come. It'll definitely come when your morals are right. But the impact the product is making is saving money for the corporates, making it easier for the consumer, and we making a buck out of it. So win, win, win.
Marketing is very important, and getting to the customer is very important. Can you just give me insight about your marketing techniques? Where do you all advertise so that our viewers can also, go?
Sure. So our advertisement has been, early days, we chose a path that was very hard, organic marketing, right? And we told ourselves, we will know our product is working or not when we have users coming onto the platform without we spending a dime on marketing. Today, we get on average around 20 new users coming to the app. When I say users, they're actually downloading and using it without marketing dollars being spent. So we've been slow grinding it, putting content out there in terms of not telling buy medicine, in terms of saying stay healthy, right? And we tend to do activations at street level, which is very different. We don't go and say, here, come check your pulse. No one wants to do that, right?
Yes.
Instead, what we do is we keep like small games to play. If you can actually win money, like $2,500, you can throw a ping pong ball. It's like beer pong, right? And if they win that, great. We add money into your digital wallet, which allows you to get medicine for that amount. So that's like a very different way on how people kind of engage with our brand. They know it's a brand that stands by of fun. At the same time, we care for what you do. And one other strategy that we've been using, and it's something that I think all the entrepreneurs out there should be looking at, is personal brand building. It's proven to work really well. It's very cost effective. You don't need to spend money. You just need a camera, which everyone has a phone today. Do a couple of content, put it out there, and tell your story. People are waiting to listen.
Just with this conversation, we see how much of an inspirational person he is. Thank you so much for being on our show. And I'm very sure that our viewers have taken a lot from you today.
Thank you.
And with that, we see living proof of a risk taker. And I'm sure that you, like-minded individuals, want to take risks. So this is your opportunity to take a risk, start small, and be a big brand name today. We will meet you again with the next episode of Business Best, but please share your thoughts and feedback with us through our email at feedback.8024english@derana.lk or via WhatsApp number 076-805-7933. We will see you again next episode from Business Best.